Hello guys, welcome back. Konnichiwa. Herzlich willkommen. So my friends, is Canopy Growth a short squeeze play for 2026 or maybe even for February-March 2026? I will give you here a full chart analysis and also show you here some very interesting squeeze setup. Everything what I say is of course not financial advice. This is my opinion based on the chart. Okay guys, let's make a quick recap. If you haven't seen my previous videos on Canopy Growth, I have a lot of content available here about several short squeeze plays. I always research the market for short squeeze stocks. Canopy Growth is one of them. I would say very predictable. So it's not like, that you get here caught off guard with a squeeze. It's very predictable, which I will also show you in the video and prove it how it's predictable. And I also research the market for other short squeeze stocks and post them on Patreon. This week we had 4 short squeezes, guys, on Patreon, on my Patreon community stocks. 4 squeezes in 1 week. I just give you here a couple of examples here. Same what I will do for Canopy Growth. I always post these stocks before they squeeze. This is here one example where we came down here in the algo demand zone. I show you the same for Canopy Growth and squeezed 190%. And this one here was 127%. Same here, post date was here, end of January. We came down in the blue box, touched exactly the bottom, had a powerful signal on the RSI Ultimate. Very important, guys. I show you that here for Canopy Growth as well and squeezed 127%. If you want to see these short squeeze stocks, guys, I release a brand new video tomorrow with my new short squeeze predictions for next week. The link to the Patreon community is available here in the video description. For Canopy Growth, guys, I will make a quick recap right now what happened here before the last short squeeze. I paused the video right now here in November 2025. How I do spot short squeezes, guys, no matter which stocks, I always have the same kind of, let's say, approach, how to spot them, how to see potential squeezes coming up. For Canopy Growth, we have a very simple liquidity zone where the bulls buying the dip, the, let's call it big whale stealth accumulation zone, right, where they buy the dip. And I use here my own indicators to spot potential squeezes. One of them is the so-called RSI Ultimate indicator. Whenever this indicator brings here a bull alert or power bull signal, that is usually, of course, super bullish. Same which we had here, guys, as I said before, power bull signal, and it was exactly the bottom the stock started to squeeze. As long as companies are not diluting, these signals are very helpful. And the so-called Squeeze Calendar Pro, guys, which you see here in the right corner, and the Squeeze Calendar Pro calculated here potential squeeze dates for Canopy Growth. And the final squeeze date for 2025 was December 12th, guys. Very important that you watch the video until the end because you have to see that what happened now in the actual situation. So December 12th was the last squeeze date. I marked that here for you in the chart, guys. I also mentioned that here already in April 2025, that the price goal for Canopy Growth, the algo landing zone, is $2.15 to $2.25. That the price more or less has to come back to touch this price goal here. This is what the algos have to do. I have a lot of tutorials available on Patreon as well, which explain why how I measure these price targets here. And as I said before, the algo demand zone here for Canopy Growth is between $1.05 and 91 cents. This is where the bulls accumulate their positions. So in a perfect trading world, Canopy Growth see a squeeze from here, the $1 range to $2.25, right? The Squeeze Calendar Pro said that the squeeze should happen at December 12, 2025. What is missing here is a bullish signal, a bull alert or power bull signal on the RSI Ultimate. Let's switch off here the Squeeze Calendar Pro, and I marked the date for you in the chart. And now we press play and see if it's squeezed and when the squeeze happened and if we touched my price goals and if we have a bullish signal before the squeeze. And then we talk about the actual situation for Canopy Growth. Let's go. So guys, here we go. We came back exactly here in the algo demand zone. Also, we had here one open down gap, which we had to fill. That was marked here by the Gap Indicator Pro. This is now filled, guys. The gap is closed. We have a bull alert signal. We are back in the algo demand zone. And don't forget the squeeze date is here. Let's press play, see what happened. So a confirmation, guys, 2 bullish alerts in a row. You can see also that the color of the candles change white. So that is for you very easy to see, even if you don't activate here the RSI, you can see that here very easy in the chart how the colors change. So something is going on here behind the scenes. And as we can see, we also have a small rebound reaction, but not yet a big squeeze. The squeeze state is here. Let's press play again. The indicators are also available in the video description, guys. So my friends, there we are. Yeah, what can I say? So the squeeze happened exactly here at December 12th, exactly like calculated by the Squeeze Calendar Pro. And in a perfect trading world, if I'm right, because this is made by human guys, I made these price targets here, then we should squeeze until $2.25 before we see a sell-off. Boing. Okay, guys, there we go. Okay, I press play. The rest of the story is history, okay? So, as you can see, guys, it is possible to predict squeezes, yeah, if you have the right tools, if you have some knowledge. It is not just random, something what happens here randomly. It is predictable. In that case, Canopy Growth had a beautiful squeeze here, and we measure that in total here of 139%. And exactly after we closed this price goal here, which I calculated, we came down, and yeah, now we switch here to the actual situation verlassen. And this is where we are right now, guys. So my last video, which I did for Canopy Growth, was here, Tuesday here, January 27. And I mentioned that we have to come back again. You know, there is nothing, we have to, nothing, guys, but this is just, you know, what should happen. We have to come back here in the algo demand zone between $1.05, 91 cents. Even better would be that we touch $1.01. This is the Fibonacci shakeout level, which I calculated. And guys, now we have a bull alert signal on the RSI ultimate indicator. This is what I'm waiting for. Also, what we can see, that we still have a bullish structure, which means that Canopy Growth is still building here higher lows, right? This here was, in my opinion, a fake out. We can see how the candle here, this is, by the way, guys, a bullish engulfing, right? We can see that this green candle here like ate up the red candle here, which is now white because of this indicator here, but you can see that we have a bullish engulfing. And this is, of course, even a better confirmation for a potential squeeze, guys. So this is where we are right now, guys. Now we have our bull alert signal. And when we now have a look at the Squeeze Calendar Pro indicator, then we can see that the next calculated squeeze date is February 25, right? So don't nail me on that. It don't has to happen. We have a bank holiday on Monday, right? So we could see here plus minus some days. But as I said before, technically, this is one of the shakeouts which I want to see before a potential squeeze. And I can also let you know my new squeeze price target here for Canopy Growth, guys, which is $1.86, between $1.79, $1.86. This is, I know, not what everybody wants to hear. Everybody wants to hear 1000%. I just say that this is the algo squeeze price target here. The same what I calculated here is now what I calculated here. So that doesn't mean we cannot come lower. We can even come lower than that. But this signal here, guys, is already very bullish. And the usual activity, which we should see maybe now here in February, is that the price comes back to $1.86. Very simple. So the indicators are available in the video description, guys. The price levels are clear for everybody who waiting here for a bigger short squeeze. The main resistance which Canopy Growth has is $1.95. If we can break $1.95 with volume, then you can see that here in the Gap Indicator Pro, Canopy Growth will start to close the open up gaps. We have the next open up gap in the daily chart at $2.57, $3.27, and so on. I don't say, right? So Canopy Growth is a short squeeze play, guys. We have here a short squeeze opportunity. I just say that algo-wise, this is the next move, which should happen here until $1.86. If we break this pattern here, guys, then we could see here even a much, much bigger squeeze. And then $3.84 is where the real party starts. And that's why I want to give you this update. Signals are clear. Very nice setup back in the algo demand zone. This support zone here is active since April 2025. That was a shakeout, guys, here. This is what the market makers do. They create these fake outs, shakeouts here, and then the result of this is the so-called knives, yeah, the knife constellation here, which we have in the chart, which causes even bigger squeezes. But the chart looks very good and very in favor for a squeeze. This is, of course, not financial advice. My friends, if you want to see the newest Patreon member stocks, join our Patreon community. The link is in the video description. Also the links to my trading indicators, very helpful tools. A lot of people around the world using them. So if you want to, get those indicators, guys, click in the video description. I wish you great success with all your trades. Thank you for watching this video and see you in the next one. Arigatou gozaimasu, vielen Dank, alles Gute und bis zum nächsten Video. Take care. Bye bye, guys.